Greetings to our wonderful viewers out there. This is Maud Lamin Duban, of course. I'm joined by legendary Rebellion the Recaller. A household musician, globally recognized. He's currently in town, of course. He did his, Reggae Fest last week on Saturday at Brikama Boxiba, which actually was jam-packed, filled by folks from the neighboring village. And he did a very, very spectacular performance, In not wasting much time, legendary. First and foremost, welcome to Gambian Talents TV for the first time, I can say.
Yes, man, Gambian Talent TV, the pleasure is mine. As you said, it's the first time, so therefore it has to be memorial. So we're gonna, show you our gratitude for having, coming up with all the, with this gathering right now. We're having, a short notice as well, and lots of things in between. But Alhamdulillah, we made it possible right now. Gambia Talent, Future Rebellion, the Recaller'S. For the first time, yeah.
Thank you so much. You feel humble, like you said, despite your busy schedules, yet you actually created time for us. This means a whole lot to us. And first and foremost, my generation, and in fact, those, younger than I, don't even know the Rebellion that they call us real name. Can you take us to what's Rebellion's real name and your educational background as well? Please.
So, my name is Bafode Drame. I'm a Drame Kundanka, they say we love food and eating and things, which is part of our connotation. And I'm from Brikama. I also resided in Banjul, during my school time, Pajuf, also Canifing South when I was in Senegalese High School, the French school, and then also in St. Augustine High School, you understand? So I've been living around these areas, but basically I ended up, coming up from Brikama, with this career of mine musically, and I'm Gambia's very own, Yeah.
Amazing. And now, just to start with, actually, because Rebellion, you are a household name in the world, not only in the Gambia. When we talk about Rebellion, because me growing up, I in fact thought that Rebellion is a Jamaican guy. Honestly speaking, little do I know, he's of course our own. We're definitely proud of you because you actually raised the bar out there. So that means a whole lot to us. But now, growing up in Brikama, how was it for you, and what was Rebellion's normal life like?
Yeah, it has been constructively building up, because I first resided in Banjul because I was born abroad, and came to Gambia when I was 11 years old.
Wow.
So being here, I first lived in Banjul. That's where my mom come from, and then we ended up living in Brikama. So it's been quite fruitful and adventurous, come across in a different place with, of course, different walks of life and everything, which is very amazing as well. And it's been a long way struggle for this career to be at each stage where it is right now, and I'm fully content with full gratitude for all the good things and the blessings I came up with. So it's been a long way struggle, and that's what I believe when it comes to success. It has to be a long way struggle. There is no shortcut to that. Determination and devotion in its genuine ways. So it's been constructively from one stage to another. Through the passage of time. I started up in Banjul actually, meeting up, very potential people, musically speaking, which are now even artists, like the like of Douglas and other people. You might not know them, but that was my first circle, and then due to my schooling, I ended up in different places,
Which school have you been to? Senegalese?
The French school. I've been to Pajuf as well, Pajuf, and that's the middle school and the high school as well. The high school next to Gambia High. So due to that fact, I've been located in different places where it has always been part of the struggle, So and there we are right now, 2025. Still paving my way out as an artist, and Alhamdulillah, we are proceeding to next stage of development also.
Inshallah.
Yes.
Amazing. What an interesting career. And in fact, now this is news to most Gambians, because when we hear Rebellion, people thought, Awuluta Brikama. Brikamarians has been took so much pride about you. He's our own. They took ownership of Rebellion, the Recaller'S, despite the fact that even though you started your early career in Banjul, but then Brikama Ngoli anyway.
Actually, I would say Brikama, I would say they really put me under the spotlight they've really shown me their not their impression, but their amazement, towards my talent. They've really found it very not surprisingly, but something that is worth supporting, and encourage to the fullest, make the person realize his own potential in terms of God gift, potential, and then create it for me the right environment in order to expose and reach out to the world. So I would say Brikama really made me realize myself in terms of this gift. So it wouldn't matter how talented and whatever I might have been before, but the moment I reached Brikama, that conviction that was dormant in regard of who I am, suddenly got awakened, and they set me straight, to the studio. They take me to the studio, make me record the song. Foot to foot with them. So
Wow, amazing!
and
What an
they
interesting
find
career.
me and they say, "Yo, let's go with cars, everything."
And
Even
they
the
hype
fee,
you and all that.
even the fee to pay the studio was all planned.
Wow.
So I just had to, bring about this vision, or this possibility of mine, in terms of making it as a career and coming up successfully as an artist. And Brixton, they have all the credentials for that. They have all the credibility for that. Even though I might be some other places before, but Brixton made me stand up for it.
Wow.
And say, "Yo, you got it all."
You want the biggest credit.
Yeah, like you got it. Just go get along with it and be at it.
Wow.
So that was Brixton actually.
Amazing. At what age did you realize that, look, I have to do music, despite the fact that back in the days, in the Gambia African society, most parents won't allow their kids to do music, and considering the family you hail from, very devoted in Islam, and then how were you able to manage and convince the family that you're gonna do music? And at some point, when you try to do music, do you face any challenges from your family and that no, you cannot do this because of and all that?
Yeah, I would say my main force of motivation, that which has put me straight on the go for my career, I would definitely say is my purpose behind it. Yeah, definitely speaking, I ended up realizing this gift as being a God-given thing for me to put in its best of uses. So hence it is a means of communication and conveyance, to convey something to the people, understand? And a way of getting yourself close to them. So I solemnly take it onto myself that, all right, if I'm going to get involved into this, it will have to be something, something very important, something essential to deal with, It means something ultimately purposeful, which is to ratify the reality of judgment. That is not a dream. This reality we are all seeing right now shall one day vanish.
Absolutely.
You understand? Whether we are ready for it or not. So, and that ultimately there is a creator to everything, the one who is actually taking care of everything as we speak, knowingly, unknowingly, whether it's within ourselves or outside. And just to use the music as a means of making the people to realize themselves within this realm of existence, that time is not in our favor. You understand? Therefore, we need and we have to find our purpose for being here right now. And put whatever skills, talent that we've been given, to put them in their best of uses. You understand? So that sort of purpose of mine gave me the ratification to stand on my ground. Hence I know it's a gift from the heaven. And I realized that unto myself and came up with the resolution that I'm going to use it. I'm going to use this gift specifically for divine purpose. You understand? Which means to heal the wounds, to heal them, the mental scare, give them a way out of their struggling, ratifying the realities of judgment as if, you understand, is relevant. Like God is there and he's always there, depending on how you inclinate yourself to him or not, depending on how you have him in your picture. You understand? So for me, the purpose behind the music made me strong in that term, in a way whereby, I had no fear. Of course, I knew the obstructions and the opinions of my people, from the Jahanka people and all these things. But hence I know ultimately that this is a God-given gift, which means I will have to figure out myself what are my purpose with it. So once I came with that realization within myself, I never had
Bother
any.
with other opinions and
No,
all that.
people will come and express their opinion whatsoever. I will sometimes debate, sometimes we just let them be whatever. But between me and my Lord who has given me this gift, I was resolute. You know, I was like, all right, it's not a curse. God gave me this for a purpose, so it's up to me to figure it out. But he will not inspire me with this to destroy my life, unless if I miss the point.
Okay.
So for me, it's like you know, I found my purpose in this.
Wow.
That's why I do not have any worry right now. It's like I've dig my grave already.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? So the thing is like, will I be able to fulfill my purpose? That would be the question. But I'm on it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Interesting. I mean, in some cases, certain family members, if not close families, but
Yeah.
at least they will still tell, look, he has to stop this, or else we cannot associate ourselves with him. At some point, do you encounter such as far as your musical career is concerned?
I did.
Wow.
Yes, of course. Of course. But like I said, I made up my mind. I knew the risk. I knew what is at stake. And for me, there is nothing else than my soul which is at stake here. Because the music is the means to the destination. But you will see within the struggle, people will get swallowed by the means without even reaching their destination. You know? They will fall for the means and forget why they are having the means to to accomplish. So, but for my case, Alhamdulillah Rabbil Alameen, I tell them this microphone is like a weapon. And from the moment I resolute my mind that this is what I'm going to do this for, therefore I have already dug my grave, which is like my judgment is inevitable because this has been a gift to me. So therefore I shall be put into account for it. It doesn't matter what knowledge, what potential, what skills and talent, whatever endowment a person is endowed with, you shall be taken to task and put into account. Even the life, the mere air we are breathing and exhaling, we shall be asked, what have we done with it? You know what I mean? What have you done with this life I gave you? What have you done with this talent I gave you? What have you done with this knowledge I gave you? What have you done? Everything was not given for granted. Like, it was purposely give it to us for us to make a better self of our own. Better individual.
It's more of an assignment and all that.
Yes, exactly. For better, not for the worse. So ask him to prove the enemies that God is right. To prove the devil that he's just what he is. The devil is just a devil. But I am God's servant and I shall accomplish my mission in terms of what he has handed down to me to handle. If it's my family, my children, my music, my whatever gift I have received from the heaven, shall be taken to task. So only that gave me that firm determination. All the repels, all the reproaches I had, all the it just made me stronger. I would just affirm what I see, but it would not push me back.
Wow.
Sorry. Yes, no.
Great. That's quite important. But now that some at the initial stage, their family relatives would not feel okay with it.
Yes.
But once you actually reach to stardom,
Yes.
you hit the bigger stage or the bigger stage, some would appreciate you.
This is the thing.
Do you encounter such along the line?
Yeah, me no. The stardom, reaching the riches and all this, all this, all this privilege, of being an artist. You know what I'm saying? That wasn't the case for me. Money has never been the case. For me, it's just to be understood. Yeah, once I see I'm being put into the right pretext, it's like, yes, mission accomplished. Whether it's one or two person, or hence anyone who will listen to me will put me in the right context and make profit out of that. That is my textual gain, I would say. So, for me, if somebody would be with me in terms of that, he would have to understand that side. Not to wait until I become rich and then they start worshiping me. No, I don't need them anyway. It's like that because I need to be. It's not about that. It's about seeing me for who I am, for what I'm doing. I could have said any kind of name, but I specifically choose Rebellion the Recaller'S for people to reflect on the name. When they hear it, they reflect, they think about it. What the hell is going on with this guy? He named himself with a long name, and it means this. What does he have to say? What are his purpose? Once the person has reached this way of questioning himself regarding me, I've accomplished my side, because this is the thing. Give people something to think about. Like, come up with the right question so they can focus on the right answer. That's why Rebellion to Recaller'S is just what it is. I can do like any artist. I can sing like vibes. Anyway, I can do it. If one will listen to my music, you will see the level of potential of this artist. Yeah, this guy, he can do it, but something is holding him back. Something is kind of restricting him, and that is my fundamentals, which I'm standing for. Yes, my fundamentals. That's why for me, what's important is to be seen within the right pretext of what I claim to be. Yeah. You know, they will say, oh, Rasta, but the man never mentioned Rasta in his song. Oh, yeah, Selassie, but me never hear Selassie in his song. So even the Jamaican, when they hear my music, they will ask them, say, but me never hear, I've seen it many times. Me never hear Selassie, you know, man, bad, wicked, but he never mentioned Rasta. You know, even that alone, when I hear that, it's like I'm like I did what I wanted to do. Like that reflection will make them to go further into my details and see that this guy actually he's coming from West Africa. He's of a Mandinka, whatever background. He's a Muslim.
Trust in God. And
yeah, he take reference from a different source of knowledge. All these things. So just to give people something to reflect on and ask themselves the right question, to get the right answer. Even that alone is like I've done my part. Because I know I pray, I know I fast, I know I accomplish all my obligation. That's between me and my Lord. For me, knowing that, I'm good. I will just do what I gotta do and let them make the use of their head to draw the conclusion. I will not make everything on the plate to this is what I call. No. When they listen, they will ask. And this is the point of doing music for me. You have the melody, the tones, the beautiful aspect of singing, but secondly and most importantly, the message. You might pass.
Lyrics,
yeah. The first sign of reflection is good vibe. You pass, you hear a nice melody, nice beat, and you're like, oh, this is nice music. Or you go to a market, or in London, for example, they have this, like in Africa, every shop have their own music. You reach the shop, you hear. So you hear like one guy say he heard me in, this one is Jamaica. He heard one guy playing my music. The melody was nice, but the moment he stand and tried to figure out what I was singing, that's when he really, really get to the man. Because he was like, what? Doesn't sound really, really like, okay, but like, that's why the message actually is everything. Yeah.
Great. That's quite important. I mean, despite all this, I mean, you are, like I said, you are a household name musician, recognized globally. You could have used your popularity where you get and do probably a very, very bad music. Because seeing young artists nowadays trying to say, if I don't do good, bad music, I won't trend.
And I like the term you use because the way you said it is, they will not say it as bad music because it makes money. It's easy to commercialize and generate income because of what the person. But I like the way you coin it. Bad music.
The content, the lyrics.
Yeah, it's good because money come, popularity. Girls will scream your name. Woo! You're like, yeah. But you said you said bad music. You know why you coin it as bad music?
Absolutely.
Because of the context.
The context.
Of course, money will come, the fame will come, but would it be something
genuine,
something something constructive for the inner spirit of a person? Obviously not. It's just
bad repetition.
Yeah. Sex, the liquor, violence. We all know. Bad man vibes, bad gangster thing, tough up skin, beating up the chest, everybody like, oh, he's a lion, he's a warrior, and it sells good. That's what sells, but that's not my concern actually. If that would be the case, I would not be here like this because I can do it. I can go to Jamaica. I've been to Jamaica. I've been in, I've been to Cell Block Studio. I've been to Studio One studio in England. I've been to Bobby Digital Dixon. I would say that's my biggest achievement. Such individual as him. Bobby Digital. Just think of all the albums from Shabarangs to Black Uhuru and Uroy and Sizzla, Black Woman and Child.
Oh.
Was one of Sizzla most successful Sizzla album is the Black Woman and the Real Thing.
Wow.
The Real Thing. The Real Thing? That's Bobby Digital.
Okay.
When been to the man's studio, the man told me, Rebellion, get yourself a studio in Africa, I come. Like, Singing Melody came and he asked him to recruit me and reshape everything. And he told the man, this man is big already.
Wow.
I cannot do nothing. He's Rebellion. I cannot form him, shape him, or
He's already-
recruit him.
he's
He's already there.
up there.
He already made his name.
Wow.
You know, so you know, it's just due to my fundamentals.
I know.
That's all. That's why I'm having a way of doing my things, and I'm having certain things I follow and certain things I avoid because of my fundamentals.
Great.
You know, it's not that I cannot do it. It's not that I cannot do badness. I cannot do
Conviction.
gangster. If you listen to my music, you can see this guy can do it. I have some dancehall songs, but of course they are stuff of life context, not violence and streets
Wow.
gang.
Wow.
It's all about stuff of life in my dance halls. So principle for me is everything.
Great.
Is for me it tells a lot about a person.
Wow.
In his inner mind, his inner self, not only the outside, but his inner reality is just how he abide by what he believes and his principle, what he claimed to be principle to him. And me, my music will not drag me into anything because I control my music. My music doesn't control me, no.
You don't follow
This-
the hype, you
yeah,
don't follow the trend and all
yeah.
that. Just gonna
It's
follow
a gift
conviction.
handed down to me to put it in its best of uses. So I wouldn't. The Quran says, "Bima qala Allah al-Azim, وَضَرَبَ لَنَا مَثَلًا وَالنَّاسِيَ خَلَقَهُ." That's in Surah Al-Yasin. Many know this ayah. You know, I have perfected for them a sign. I have made a sign from them. And then later on, they go and forget even their own creation. They forget that they've been created as human beings, standing on their 2 feet with a mind and a soul and a heart. You know, they deal with the money till they forget how they've been created. They deal with the music until they forget that who they are because of the hype and the music, because of knowledge, because of that's the example. That's God's words, in His Quran. We enjoy the necessities of life so much so that we underrate ourselves.
Yeah.
We forget that hey,
You have a
this was
purpose.
there to help us. Like this is there to serve us, not for us to serve it.
Wow.
And you see it. Just look in the music, Artists will sell their soul for the music, for the hype, for the girls to scream their names and whatever. And for them, it's worth it. But it cannot worth your principle. That makes you standing and be who you are as a person. So that's my references in my music. That's my that's the things.
Sort of your trademark.
Yeah, my
so
indices.
deeply in all that.
Yeah, and what it indicates in terms of life is concerning. This is it. Like from the bright side of it, from the sended ones of the Almighty, those been chosen and sent unto mankind for our guidance and protection. So my music is into that references.
Great. Thank you so much. I'm learning a whole lot of things, and certainly the viewers will equally learn, even probably more than me. I gotta keep this and archive it. It's very important because I've seen so many big artists in the country that actually use the other way around. You understand? But considering your status globally, I mean, so humble, low-key, and all that, that actually speaks volume. Now we actually need to proceed a little bit because time is against us. Take us through, which year did you actually release your first album? And what really inspired that album?
That album was 98, 99, was it 98 or 99? Departing from These Days. That was the title. Even the title.
Departing from These Days.
Like my career.
Oh my God.
My journey. So that album had 2 parts.
Okay.
The second part came 2000. First one was 98, 99, I forget, but 2000 was the second volume. So Departing from These Days, it's like the journey of my career musically, and my mission into it, The fact that I'm not just purposely into it just to entertain the minds of the people.
Just for the fame and all that.
Is purposely for both of them, like education first and foremost, awakening the people, like the youth them, upgrade their level of awareness.
Reggae music used to be sounds of advocacy, sensitize and all that.
This is it.
Uplift.
Thank you.
Yeah.
That's the true nature of this music. And therefore I decided to keep it within its context as I would do with my own background and identity as who I am, use it as a vessel to extend piece of my culture to the people using reggae music, not as a Rasta or as but as an African. Understand? Utilizing this means of communication to draw the gaps between me and my brothers in the diaspora who've gone through horrible circumstances, slavery and the Middle Passage and all these things, and I found reggae music as the best means to definitely heal that side and draw the connection to them, to show them, guys, we have one family. and also to expand the horizon of our culture to other walks of life. You know what I mean? Because music is what it is. It's
universal
yeah,
language.
It's been saturated more as a way of entertaining the people, but it's much more than just entertainment. Unless if you restrict it to just entertainment.
To educate people still.
Oh, exactly. That's where it has to be more emphasized. Education. Re-educate them, because too many ways of indoctrination we've all gone through. And when you hear about indoctrination, it's like somebody else thinking implanted into my head, in our heads. That's it. It's not really the answer. That's detrimental. So just something that will enable people to at least find a way out of this stuck in their head, and that this horizon is a lot more larger than what you think. It's like there's a whole world of reality in front of you that God has made replenish in our sight for us to discover and acknowledge His greatness. In terms of
sometimes we limit ourselves.
Yes, because of that indoctrination, and our flaws. We are not perfect.
Sure.
So hence we've got this music, and I feel like really accessible within ourselves, the young. So we need to put that at work. Let us not just waste our time to divulge, what I mean, pleasure, what I'm saying. The circumstances are not likely positive right now. The world is in trouble.
Sure.
The world is in trouble, brother. What? We're in crisis. Huh? How? Check the headlines.
Sure, seen.
Oh my gosh.
What's happening in Gaza, in other parts of the world,
My goodness.
Ukraine,
Gaza.
US,
Thanks for mentioning that. That's the that's the sample. That's the tip. That's the
tip of the iceberg.
Yeah, I wouldn't even say. I would say that would be the case that one can definitely take as an example. It shows the level of atrocities and animalistic passions that mankind is like how deliberate we are seeing this, from people's mobile phone, the massacring of innocent children and women, without no
yet
pretext.
Some influential people refuse to speak about this.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy, bro. This is crazy. It's like wherever you see that, it's just like money has been consumed, the wrong money. Once they give you eat that up, you're gone. There's no you cannot turn back. Anybody who would just say whatever in regard to that explicitly in favor of them is just someone who's been eating their money. Simple as that. It's like, he's so wicked, he's so stupid. No. He eat their money. So that's why you have to dance by their truth. There is no turning back.
He's been bought.
Yeah. Bought to the to the core. Wallahi. Hey.
Crazy.
Sell out.
Wow.
So they will never if they pop down, they will get shut down. Wow. Or they will get eradicated, they will get
neglected and
or defamed. Their character will be destroyed. They will accuse them of sexual blah blah and all these things. And you know how it goes. Destroy your character in front of the whole world and make you be like nobody. But that's just the world we live in. So we as artists, we will quite do our part as we're supposed to. I mean, the servants of the Almighty who are still amongst us. Yeah.
Good. That's quite important. I mean, your career is very, very interesting, honestly speaking, dating back in 1992, 1998, coming until this minute.
Yeah.
Your consistency you've been so consistent with this. You have actually leave the lane and then come back. But then, I mean, one may come to think of, what actually kept this man going this way, having to be so consistent over 30 years and all that?
I've been backed by the heavens. Simple as that. My initiatives at the very inception of my career, I've gone through my tests as well. I've gone through my challenges. I've been put to test as well. The heavens has put me into various type of tests in order to fortify my resolution as who I wanted to be with this music and what I wanted to achieve with it. And therefore, alhamdulillah rabbil alameen, I have been granted access to it. Like I have passed my test. I've made my sacrifice. Yes. Not to the devil. I haven't sold my soul to him. No. Okay. But my servitude willingly to the Almighty, as recognizing him being my giver. Give me this knowledge. From not the devil. It's God who gives me this knowledge. Allah. Therefore, God knows. He knows that I am meant for it. لا يكلف الله نفسا إلا وسعها. It's a gift, and I'm fully ratified with that. A gift is a challenge anyway. Whether it's money, knowledge, everything, it's not just a gift. It's like, will you be able to handle it?
Sometimes
Will
burden
you?
you with stuff
Yeah,
and all that.
yeah. It's like, will you be able to handle it? Will you be able to fulfill your task with it? Some will say, no, no, no. If I see someone who been giving music and he stop it, I will help him not to go back to it, because he cannot handle it, and he knows it within his own self. He cannot deal with music and abide by the laws of creation at the same time, because of the power and influence of music. You know, if you feel like he cannot handle it, he have to retreat. I will even help him to retreat and stay away from it, because I know music. I know what it is.
So I was gonna ask, do you go through some spiritual battles along the line? Because they say music is so deep.
That's unavoidable, bro. Anything has its pages of spiritual battling. Anything. Life doesn't go without that. It's part of it. It's all part of the tragedy, the journey of finding your fortification of conviction, in regard of what you're doing. You go through test, and it makes you stronger. It makes you firmer and more convinced, like more assured on your journey, on your struggle. So yes, I had my sequence. Of course. Oh la la. I had my sequence. It was the time was quite popular. In the early 2000s, I was even kind of assigned as a crazy guy. I had my times, and there had been lots of consternation. And yeah, newspaper, rebellion, the people are gone crazy, blah, blah, blah.
How actually was that for you? How do you feel knowing that you actually knew what you were doing, but yet having such headlines making rounds in the internet also gives some sense of bad reputation and all that. I mean, in fact, it also instill fear and anger or panic among some of your family members, because nobody wants their daughter or son to run mad and all that. I mean, how was that for you?
Family members, mom and brothers and sisters, friends, close ones, of course. But if you would ask me, I would say I felt like being in a different world. It's like I felt like being in a different stage in my life, because it was all about God. It was all about Allah Ta'ala and His deed and His prophets. It was all about, and the fact that it was that I felt it like somehow like action, like adventurous. I wasn't scared at all. I was like, yeah. I even say I even quit music. I say I'm not gonna be a musician. Guys, stop it. My boys gone crazy. They say, but Rebel, you are crazy. Why you stop? Because of your visitor, you want to drop music? I tell them, no, you guys got me really wrong. You guys got me wrong. You got me twisted. Me holding the mic is because of the deen. It's not the other way around. And if you guys don't get it, you know what? I quit music until you understand my main purpose for holding the mic. Then maybe we can have a chance to talk about it. But right now, you got me wrong. I don't have time to explain myself. I even quit music. Let me be what I want to be. Let me find my spiritual seclusion and reinforcement, and you know what I mean. So for me, it was just a confirmation from the heavens.
So what really happened next?
Next, I'm here. I'm right here with you. Right here, pursuing my dream as an artist, as I for a long time wish to have and find myself doing it. I'm still advocating truths and rights. I'm still ratifying the realities of judgment, that there is no God except God the Almighty, that there could be no other divinity except one, the originator of the heavens and the earth. And how can I put that? The fact that Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam is the best among creation. It's like I have three principles, The realities of judgment, that is not a dream, is going to come for sure. That God exists, and there is no such thing as 1, 2, 3 gods.
Trinity.
It's just 1, 2, 3. Sallallahu alaihi wasallam, our beloved prophet. That there is nothing above him except Allah Ta'ala. Simple. My whole career, even me, in my entirety, myself, these are the three things that keep me standing, talking, reasoning, be friends with everybody, whatever. These three principles. What kept me standing in my career as an artist, these are the three principles. Simple as that. And as long as I'm holding on them, my star shall always be shining, inshallah. Yeah, in the darkest of night, it will be still there. Mm-hmm.
Nice. Seeing he's so deep in faith. I mean,
Yeah.
but I definitely admire your courage. Not we have
No, you're right.
many
You've been
artists.
insisting on this interview.
Definitely,
I say I'm gonna give you the right interview
absolutely.
because of you being aspired to me, to my music. I see the new. I see the dedication for you to get me through this interview. It's been a short notice and lots of a program and thing.
Yeah.
And it seems like you've been so far the only news outlet that made it at the Reggae Fest, Rebel Reggae Fest. That's why you guys deserve all the due. I tell you, Uncle, we have to make it possible for them. Either it's here, there, up in the sky, whatever. But I will make it possible for them. I give you a time. You send me your question, and you know what I'm saying. Big up my uncle right there. Andy Kara.
Okay.
The manager himself been, working hard onto this thing.
It's amazing, yeah.
And my navigator. Look at me here, my navigator. Milano. Good brother of mine, he's a nyancho,
Okay.
We used to have it tough, but
He's a warrior, though.
Yeah, he's a warrior.
Nice. I see. Thank you so much. And of course, Andy also he's been very cooperative.
yes,
He's an amazing guy.
That's my
he
uncle,
actually made it happen.
That's my uncle. He's my mom's younger brother.
Wow.
It's a family business thing, bro.
Sure.
So big up my uncle. Yeah, big up uncle.
Good. I don't want to keep you waiting for the longest of time because
Yes,
we have
no
little time for
problem,
that.
guys. You
But
guys,
actually we
I'm at your
can.
disposal.
Yeah,
Anytime.
definitely. Now,
Gam talent, big up yourself. It's like taking part into this thing is very, 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 very important, especially for the youth. Make them realize their potential, that they have a chance to exploit it to the fullest and for the good of everybody. See, so keep up the good work. For me, as long as I'm inhaling and exhaling the good air of the Almighty, I would always be at your disposal. Gam talent, you know what I'm saying? You just dial, Uncle, we need your artist. I'll be there for you. Oh yeah.
I believe that before you wrap with this interview, I want to ask one rumor question about you. That there was this time in your career that you, in fact, went to the mosque and took the microphone and you sing a song, and that was crazy in the town. I mean, everybody loved that. I mean, take us through that.
That's a rumor. It never happened. That never happened. Maybe I heard like the imam, not the imam, sorry, the man at the mosque. Before we used to use cassette tapes to play Al Quran. Before the
actual prayer.
Yeah, so they will be playing Al Quran. So I heard that one guy made a mistake and he put my cassette into the. That's what I heard, and it was playing, and he went, that's why. And the dad was kind of confused. He was trying to check.
Oh my God!
So something
it wasn't intentional anyway.
No. That was like cassettes, cassettes,
and normal cassettes.
The boys.
No label and all
that.
So.
Exactly. Especially in our time, cassette was like that was like the iPod today or whatever, But no. Just that was just a makeup,
Oh.
But I found it very funny though. But I never been.
You never got to that level.
No. But the fact that somebody must have played my cassette by accident in the mosque, that could happen. It makes sense because back in the days we used tapes, and before the brother would make the call for prayer, we would be playing Quran in the meantime. So it would happen. Cassettes are many, and our elderly, they are not really into the writing and reading these things. They just So,
yeah, but just out of curiosity, excuse me one more time. Did you memorize the Quran? Because I had you recite verses that I actually can't even recite anyway, even though I attended Dara.
I'm not a Hafiz of Quran. I haven't memorized the whole Quran, but yes, I do read the Quran. I do memorize the Quran. And even if I would be a Hafiz of Quran, I will never ever even call myself as such, because the Quran is more than a lifetime of a person. Quran is like, you as a person, you will see what you are able to see, what will be beneficial for you in your life and in the hereafter, and that's it. The rest, if you don't know about them, well, you don't know about the little you know will give you the accessibility to Jannah and all these things. Like Quran is made available for everybody, but nobody can claim I have. Of course, some will say so, but in the sense of the meaning, it's impossible. It's impossible. It's like this ozone you are seeing. It's like this ozone. All this cannot be in my little skull here.
Yeah, no.
So, but what I am meant to understand and be able to articulate and express my understanding with it through the ilham, through the wisdom of Allah Ta'ala, because He is the one who teaches the Quran. Ar-Rahman allama al-Quran. Allamahu al-Quran. He's the one who teaches it. Even it's plain. Many will scratch their head. Okay, I don't know what, but Allah made it clear that He's the one who teaches it. So, the basic meaning of one verse might be the same, but depending on where we are standing, we might see it differently. Yeah. Because this guy is standing down there, he might see it differently, but the basic will be the same, but the explanation probably might have different varieties of context. But you will see within the knowledgeable scholars, they will still agree. They might have some varieties, but the basic will be. So just to let you know, is the words of Allah. It's like an ocean. So, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen. Allah Ta'ala has made this book accessible to me. Allah Ta'ala has exposed this book to me and fortified my everything in regard of who I am as a person, which I'm so happy of. I cannot even express what I can do in return. I cannot even think of that. But the fact that this is it, Alhamdulillah, Rabbil Alameen, that's what I'm standing for. And that's what I want to be seen as and understood as. That's it.
Great. And finally,
yes.
You have your younger ones or youngins. ST Belkamabo, he's very proud of you. You have him on the in his album Nala Duadi. Foradingo, please take us through the sound.
No, there is two statements, Respeco and something.
Saluto and Respeco.
Thank you. Man. Saluto and Respeco. Boy, man, I didn't know. This ST, my own bling standard. Yes, man, don't mind Nimbaraba can be why I'm betting to the Kendrick because there you is an example. It's a sample to the nation. For me, even, he is giving me more conviction into what I'm doing right now. Because I'm seeing the bling star following my footstep and giving me the jewel that keeps us strong in my journey. It keeps me really like, yeah, whether I have it or not, they are following my footstep. I made it. That's my achievement. ST and the like of him, they are my achievement. Because when you ask them, they will say we are following his footsteps.
Sure.
That's what they say.
Absolutely.
I don't put those words in their mouth.
Yeah, they look up
say
to you, master them. Yeah, they look up to you,
So that acknowledgement from their mouth is like chapeau. It's like I'm finished. I finished with my music. I'm done. Bye. They will come and say, no, Rebel, come, you haven't finished. I say, no, this you. I'm done.
Wow.
Mission accomplished.
The forwarding of sound, take us through that. What was the concept of the music?
Oh yeah, forwarding actually. Oh my God, that's ST, man. ST put me into a different planet,
Wow.
Yes, because he sent me this thing and he care about Angalikao. I said yes, but when I heard the song, I said no man, why?
Wow.
For the first time, because of you, I will do the same as you did. Let Jamil do it in English.
Okay.
I follow your thing here. So that's how I listen to his chorus, his verse, gravitate, evaluate everything and gravitate with his context, and then come along with the full, like completing it. Because if you hear my text, if you hear, it's kind of like a response of what he's talking about.
Yeah. It talks about people trying to actually take what doesn't belong to them.
Exactly. Like people who try to scuff him up. They want to scuff him up and make him feel uncomfortable in his struggle. Because that's God chose him to be like that, and he is the chosen one in regard to that. So either they accept him or let him be. So that's what oh man, away, Nyantam Fanjera, Afwe
give us some taste of that.
Sorry.
I got that, man. It's amazing. I know it's okay.
Terrible.
So, finally, what would be your final remark to the entire Gambian music lovers, musicians, artists, especially the younger ones coming? I think that's where the problem lies.
Yeah.
The ones you've helped, you've built. ST will never see him do an explicit song or a music video. But now that kids that are actually growing up now, seeing a trend of artists doing very, very terrible sounds that cannot be invited streamed or played on national TVs and all of it. That's actually so bad for the industry. What would be your message as a supreme leader? Call you? I mean, because if it's your name in the industry and you actually remain forever. You cannot talk about Gambian music without you. And in fact, I forgot to ask this earlier on at the beginning, for the summer jams and all that. We never talk about that. That needs to be talked about, isn't it? Yeah, of course. And your youngin also passed through ST. That's what just last year, I think, something like that. So
we don't, we do it for a purpose. That's why we would rather have, those in my surrounding to extend the news to others, but I will not be the one standing and
Say
beating my chest and say, yeah, I did that, I've been here. No, that's not me, sorry. I did it fine, but I did it for a purpose.
the
It's there.
humbleness in you is just out of this world,
So,
though.
yeah, it's just like,
Wow.
I believe I'm not alone. I know there are some artists like me. I know they might be rare, but they are there. I would even say ST is like that too, because I do discuss with the youth. He don't like praise.
Yeah.
I see that in him very, very
He's
clearly.
low key.
Like even when I talk
Dude
with
is
him, when
more of following your
I want to give him
footsteps,
some
so-
props, he's like, no, okay, mama, please, no. Like it's like really serious. He's not like joking. It's like I can see in his eyes, like it doesn't comfort him. But people, hey, number one, clip clap. He just, but deep inside, it's like, oh, guys, come on, man. That's him. And in contrast with other artists, it's like sounding bunko. It's like they're not coming from the same breed. Many are aiming at him to expand their horizon, playing with the game of hate and stuff like that and jealousy to gain some hype and stuff. But he don't even mind them. If he can assist you, he will even come and assist and help you. That's him.
They're supportive.
Yeah, he will like, okay, he want to get fame, fine. He will not respond to your well, but he will know at the back of his mind, you just want to get fame out of him. So, typical. We've seen the like of many artists, even one part, many artists, many, but at the end, they just come and because they realize this youth, he's not what I thought he would be. He's very humble. And look, he embraced everybody.
Yeah.
Look at the biggest song they have with him and him and one part. For me, he's like one of my and the other artists' biggest song. Yeah, and Musa Wajanani, Bata in the club that I like the
Bua Jaburo, something like that.
yeah, Bua Jabura. Yeah, I tell you from wicked. Yeah, no more tabuloka. Yeah, be manya siandela. But so it's the music,
Yeah.
Nothing personal. You know what I mean? But some they will call very
Get to the
close. Oh
extreme
my
and all
God!
that.
Some
That
they
makes
will,
it too bad.
some they will get sick because they feel like this artist is against them, and they will get sick out of that. Why is this artist he don't even know you are even there, and you are here. I'm sick because of him. The bad man me so much. I try so much, and
Wow.
it's just
Yeah, Kebama, definitely
Yeah.
time Jamal
Yeah.
iko di mabuga jong si so nga wrap up jan tumando bara ni tade murta nan ko tegen ku jama be nyata inshallah. So you can give your final remarks to your well wishers and your fans out there and anyone that actually loves Abrabel in the Recaller.
Yeah, the craving for fame and popularity is one thing. The craving for achievement and good results, that's another thing. Everything does not come by the hype and the money, the glamour, the glitter. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about lifetime achievement is leaving something behind that the next generation can come and make benefit of. This is the thing. And that's all find your purpose. Yeah. You've got your gift. You know that you haven't acquired it by your own bravery. It's been handed down from the heavens to you. The gift has been given to you. Not just as a gift, but also as a task. So therefore, once you acknowledge that, the second thing is to find your purpose. Find your purpose within the society, in the community you're residing. Either you're going to be there as a healing force, or as an upliftment force, or as something that will help the situation of the youth them in the mess they are in, or is it just for your own gains, for the people to worship you and praise you and give you all the due and the glory that you are craving for? It's these two things. Success is a long way struggle, but despite all that, always figure out your purpose first and foremost. Acknowledge the gift and then find your purpose. That's all I can tell you.
Right.
Yes.
Thank you so much. And Kafala Drong ala Baraka Baga, the interview
Ala
was
Baraka.
interesting. And to be honest, within a week, this interview has been facilitated by Andy, his manager. Man difficulties already. Despite the guy is actually busy, he had few moments in the Gambia in return back, but he actually granted me this interview. I'll forever be grateful
Gam
with this, and
Talents.
it means a whole lot to me, and it means a whole lot to Gambian Talents TV. And we'll air this, we'll document it, and we'll archive it because we need to do a documentary for him. Our late Fat Samba, molo mi ala kalafika mol celebrate. Pawos la muso min bantanu, Exactly. Molo mi alang exactly. Akalafika mol celebrate because what happens mostly in the Gambia is mukana mol celebrate mobile funny fata.
Yeah.
Exactly. So but I promise we'll definitely do a special documentary about, the legendary Recaller, inshallah. And I'll de Maro kang, and I definitely saw fananka because I know it won't be a big deal, absolutely,
I'm
So
glad to hear
we
that,
will do this. We have to do this for our
Yeah,
legends,
well,
We need to celebrate them whilst they are alive, And thanks to our beautiful viewers out there, and of course our audience. Stay tuned. This will air, during over the weekend, inshallah. I've been your host, Modlamin John, of course, my guy Ibrahim Asanyang, operations manager. Thank you so much for actually
Gambia
capturing
to
this
the world,
moment.
man. Gambia,
Respect,
talent.
man.
Check this out, people. That news outlet no normally no. Specifically for talent people. Check this out. Gambia to the world 2025. Allah Barakabah.
Respect.